Good evening. Or good morning. All right. Um, so I was just talking to a friend of mine. Um, Very interesting person. And as we're talking, he picks up on something like immediately and speaks to it. Okay. And he told me, he said, when I'm talking to you, he said, I information flows in, or well, some people may call them downloads or whatever. Okay, but information flows in, and I have to speak to it right then, or else I'll forget. Okay, 144. Isn't this interesting? What I'm saying here? Okay, so anyway, so I said okay. So I was lying in my bed on my way to sleep, and something came to me, and I said, oh, I'll share it on YouTube. I'll share it tomorrow at some point because usually I'm asleep by now. And it hit me what he said, and I said, it came to me. Go ahead and share it now. All right. For now, y'all know who watch me that I'm going to look at things, look them up, and read them. Okay. So I was thinking about this term, chosen one. All right. It refers to a character destined, for a significant, often heroic role, such as saving the world or accomplishing a great feat. This concept implies a unique destiny, often linked to special abilities, lineage, or a divine calling. Being chosen can be a source of both pride and burden. All right. When you are that, all right, um, I'll just use that terminology for the time being. Okay. when you are a chosen one, like it says, you are often going to face, um, what did it say? Adverse. Didn't I read it somewhere? A lot of adversity, a lot of challenges. All right. I just read that, or maybe I read it before I came on. Okay, but nevertheless, it can be a source of both pride, of course, and burden. All right. The chosen one's path is often predetermined. Okay, I did a video a while ago on predestination, with their actions seen as fulfilling a prophecy or grand design. Unique abilities, they possess special powers, skills, or lineage that sets them apart, makes them uniquely suited for their role. Moral purpose, the chosen one's actions typically involve fighting evil, restoring balance, like you find in Star Wars, or bring about a positive change. The journey is rarely easy. Okay, the journey of a chosen one is really easy. They often face significant challenges, trials, and sacrifices along the way. They're often aware of their special status and the responsibility that comes with it, leading to internal conflict and a sense of purpose. It's going to lead to some internal conflict because you must understand, okay, if you are a chosen one and you have this destined walk, okay, this predestined walk of significance, you are going to be challenged, okay? If it is, like they said, to restore balance, fight evil, bring about positive change. Okay, like I've talked about, there are rulers, powers, principalities, so on and so forth, that do not want you to, they don't want no change. Okay, they don't want balance restored. Okay, they don't want these things to happen here. They don't want you to fight them. Okay, evil. They want it to stay exactly like it is so they can keep feeding off your fucking ass. Okay, what was I listening to? I think yesterday about um okay, let me just stay focused. Okay, so if you are one, like they say, pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities. Pay attention to your life. Be knowledgeable of self. Okay. Knowledge. Okay. It is not so much about something that you obtain from a book, although you will obtain knowledge, 6-6, although you will obtain knowledge, okay, from sources outside of yourself, but yet we're all interconnected. We're all one. All right. But also, like I've stated before, you are the book. You are the greatest book. It's not about so much about anything outside of the self. Uh, like I say, they always said the greatest saying is what? Know thyself. So if you, now everybody think they're a chosen one. I am not here to say who is and who isn't. Okay, everybody think they a chosen one nowadays. All right, that's also another game here that is played, a part of the scam. Okay, in this matrix system. But pay attention. One thing that you must be highly aware of is your life from as far back as you can remember. It is, what did they say about the chosen one? Your life is comes with a source of pride, but also burden. Okay, and you will face many challenges and many obstacles. When and where are the challenges placed? Usually in those first 5 years of your life. Okay, they say that those are the foundational and the formative years that determines who you are going to be for the rest of your life. Okay, so a lot of the trauma will be coming. Now you can be an infant and still go through trauma, not remembering and not realizing. Okay, just like emotional neglect. Okay, for example, yet you still absorb the trauma of that. Okay, but what is it? I love this shit here. I love it. Okay, I love it. Where I'm supposed to hate it, question it, cry about it, feel sad about it. This shit is so fucking fun. And I know y'all like fun, okay, but it's so deep here. What is it? Take the time to think. Don't. It's not about what you just automatically react to. Sure, pay attention to that. What do you automatically react to instead of just the reacting? You have the ability, we have many levels to our being, okay? So you have the ability to, when something is about to occur, or something bothers you, or whatever the fuck, or that you, what's the word, the buzzword, triggered by, okay, that triggers you. Instead of the automatic reaction, think, and you have the ability to not react. You have the ability to not be triggered. You have the ability, when you begin to feel the trigger, to stop. Whoa, wait. I'm triggered here. Something is happening internally. You physically feel it. If you allow yourself the time to know thyself and pay attention. Pay attention. You feel the body shifting. Okay. You feel things happening to you internally. Okay. That, again, like I talked about earlier, that fight or flight response. What triggered, you're going to either fight or you're going to, flee. All right. But besides all that, stop, slow down. Where the one mind says, be triggered, react. And the other level in the mind can tell that, no, let me feel what's happening. And then why? Ask yourself, why am I feeling like this? Okay, this is shit you've heard before. This is not anything many of you haven't heard before. Then ask why. What is it that I'm being triggered by here? Why am I being triggered? Okay. Get to the root and the source of it. And you continue to explore what it is, what's going on, and why. You explore what, who, and what, the self. Now I got to see my therapist, got to take my pill. No, explore yourself. And let it lead you back to what? Now, for the lady who likes to copy me and go live when I live, take good notes. Because when I listen to your video, I want to make sure that you got it correctly. Okay? This woman here is to trigger me. Now, for those of you who, okay, back to what I was saying. Get to the root. What happened to you externally? And at what point? Just keep going till you get to it. There it is. That particular thing is what's going to be thrown at your feet. That thing is what's going to be thrown at you. Those darts that are going to be thrown. It'll be different from person to person. Like this thing that I deal with this woman on here, Bree. That, like I always talk about, well, this is shit I've dealt with all my life. It's not anything new. Okay. I discovered something else. Now, some of you, this ain't for everybody. And not everybody's going to be able to understand. That's okay. It's not for everybody to understand. And that's going to be another video. Some of you, when they say, okay, know thyself, your inner world creates your outer world. Okay. In other words, you hear a lot from people on the left-hand path that the point is for you to take complete and utter control of your own existence, your own life. Manifesting, being able to manifest, so on and so forth. Some of you have so much fucking power in your fucking hands. I mean, it is beyond belief. All the world's a stage. We went over Hinduism, Maya. This is the illusion. But the Brahman, the divine, that I'm telling you, oh my God, I'm telling you, this is the game. This is the game. The divine, all right, that is within. If you understand and tap into that, I'm hearing like, but I want to say it, know your truth. So they will use things, these powers, these forces, these principalities. You chosen, you're going to come into this time and space. Okay, I don't know what it would, a star seed, what they call maybe a deity. You might even be a deity, or what was it, a demigod, so on and so forth. Whatever you are, okay, you come into this time and space for a specific purpose. Okay, but those rulers, those powers, those principalities do not want you to be successful. So they got to stop you early. They got to try to stop you as early as they possibly can through traumatic experiences, okay, that become a part of your being, your psyche, okay, your knowing, and it is attached onto you. These people, I'm not going to say people, these rulers, these powers, these principalities are following you. They follow you all of your days, okay. And they don't sleep. I'm not talking about Auntie Shamika and them that's been gang stalking and all that. They getting a little check, or the Walmart card, whatever the fuck, okay, being used. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the powers, the principalities. All right. So they're going to follow you. They're going to watch you. They're going to send people in. You've heard all this shit before. They're going to send energies. You think that people that you've come across are not connected. They are all connected. They are all connected. I don't give a fuck if it's somebody, I don't know, that you met 10, 20 years ago, and then there's a new person you just meeting today, and you think that they're all all of this shit is interconnected. All of it. I wouldn't have believed it. But now I see. It's all interconnected. There's nothing separate. These things are here to stop you. Now, who was I listening to? Now, I think it was Jordan Maxwell. Okay. Now, you may say, oh, well, he is an agent. I don't give a fuck. You can say that, but at the same time, you say that they have to tell you the truth. Even if he is, they send them out to speak the truth. Okay. And he was saying how, I don't know when this lecture was done years ago, about these great gods coming to the earth to fighting each other for control, okay, of humanity, the earth, so on and so forth. All right. But for the little niggling thing that they have done to you, you chosen person here, okay, or you who chose to come here to bring the balance, fight the evil, restore balance, so on and so forth, okay, they're going to constantly barrage you with whatever the initial trauma was, whatever that initial shit was. They're going to do it constantly, over and over and over and over. Over and over and over and over and over again, to reinforce whatever it did to you, however it hurt you, whatever kind of trauma it caused, whatever kind of pain it caused to you initially. They're going to do it constantly, boom, 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 to keep reinforcing. Okay. So there are some people, I've heard people say things like, everywhere I go, people don't like me. I don't know why people don't like me. What have I done? I'm a good person. I'm blah, 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 blah. Okay. We're talking about a chosen person here. I'm using this as an example. The initial trauma of no one liking you may have come through maybe a parental rejection. Okay, because who do we come in contact immediately? You know, for the most part, the person who's birthed us, and you know, the one who dropped the seed. Okay, supposedly that's a whole nother video, but the one who dropped the seed. Okay, parents, mother, father. There might be some kind of initial rejection that you feel as an infant. You may even feel it in the womb. You not may, you will feel it in the womb. It's stored now. Okay, some of these people are possessed, demonically possessed. Some of these people are the MK Ultra, mind controlled. Some of these people are, would you call it like a sleeper? I've been hearing that term, sleeper cell, that type of thing. Some of these people are NPCs. Okay. But nevertheless, we're going to stick with that for an example. So as you are maneuvering and moving through life, you keep, everywhere you go, you keep facing that. People don't like me. People don't like me. People don't like me. Okay, I go to school, none of the kids want to play with me. Feel it in preschool, goddamn. You know, and at your job, you know, so on and so forth. Your spouse's family, so on and so forth. It keeps following you and staying with you. This is it's to keep you distracted and really to keep you from yourself. And it's to make you feel that then you are not worthy. That if people don't like you, then you have no worth. Then you are not worthy of love. You're not worthy of being liked. Okay, so but yet you know that there's something special about you, so on and so forth, whatever comes with being a chosen being. But yet this thing is constantly here. That thing that people don't like me. What is wrong with me? What have I done? I try to please people, I try to be a good person, I try to this, that, and the other. How come people don't see me for who I am? Because, baby, guess what? They absolutely do. That is the problem. You're the problem. You chosen one, you. So we have to keep you, what they say, in your place. Keep you, okay, from coming into the being of you. Okay, and your literal star status. You know what they say, your light irritates their demons. Get them right. You come from the light, whatever source, you know, you star seed, whatever. Okay. The light, not the literal light, but the light to bring enlightenment. Like I keep telling you about this image I see of these beings in these black robes and the one crushing the sun, crushing the enlightenment. This is what they're trying to do, to keep the people from being enlightened, keeping them in. There was light. I swear, because some of the stuff I see on the internet, I'm like, how did we go this far back? I've been here 53 years. How did we go this far back from when I was like, I don't know, 20, 30? I thought we had passed this shit. Okay. So to crush the light, the enlightenment, to crush it, to keep people in a space, you know, to take us back into the dark. Here. The mind, the soul, the being. Okay. Talk is cheap. Talk don't mean shit. They don't mind talk. Talk don't bother them. What bothers them and what they don't want is action. Okay. There's a talk. If we're moving on, blah, 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 this, that, and other, all this great, this, that, and other. But look at the world. Hell, just look at it through your fucking phone screen every day. Pay attention. The human part of me will say, okay, fuck what people think, fuck, you know, you be you, blah, blah, all of that. Okay. But the reality is, no. It's not that you are not liked, that people don't like you to make you walk around questioning yourself all the time. I'm not good enough, and this, that, and the other. This is why we must know thyself. This is why we must understand, you come into the world not with others, but with self. You come here to do something. I'm talking to those who say that they're chosen ones. And you must understand the tricks that they will play on you. I'm not talking about the little people that they use. I'm talking about the powers and the principalities. The powers. The tricks that they will use. It's fucking amazing. Oh my God. You will think that you are just a little person, and you're far beyond that, and they will go to all kinds of lengths. I'm telling you, all kind of fucking lengths to keep you in that state of trauma. Okay, so for myself, for example, the one thing that had been done to me was to constantly make me feel as though, how can I describe it? I gotta hurry because I gotta go to the bathroom, and I can't get up and walk in front of the camera. Okay, so let me hurry up. But was to constantly make me feel as though the efforts that I was putting in, the work that I had done, okay, was nothing. Like I did my video earlier, and I was talking about how I would do these things and I ate a certain way like 20, 30 years ago, and I got made fun of and laughed at, and then I look up here now that it's popular, people are doing the same thing, those same people that laughed at me. Okay. But that the efforts that I was doing, the life that I was constantly overlooked, constantly, as if to say, she ain't nobody, she ain't nothing. And here I am, the fucking star. Here I am doing things, living my life, minding my fucking business. Yet people were constantly looking to me. And I knew they were. But where they stumped me, where they got me, was no one was responding. Like I said earlier, no one was acknowledging. Just like on this motherfucking app. You've heard me. Say, well, goddamn, if you're going to copy off me, at least you can acknowledge. How come they won't acknowledge me? I'm not talking about the app. I'm talking about in my life, period. But I'm talking before this shit was even a fucking thought. Okay? And then when there was acknowledgement, it was almost like charity. Let's make her feel good for a second or two. It's interesting because you follow me all the time. You watch what I do. You try to act like me. You try to dress like me. You try to talk like me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm the constant topic of everyone's fucking conversation. But they won't acknowledge me. So then you get to the place where you're like, well, fuck it, I don't need nobody. You know how people do. I don't need to be validated by nobody. I don't need to be acknowledged by nobody. Well, that's true to an extent. But these rulers and these principalities know the human more than the human knows the human. Okay. It's not about other humans studying the psychology of the human. It's by rulers and principalities, probably some maybe who have played a role in the creation of the human. Okay, they know what genes they took out, or a DNA they took out. They know what strands they took out. They know what strands they put in. They know all of this shit. They know they know humanity, in and out, up and down. You may be a chosen one, star seed, alien, come here. Okay, but you're still in the human flesh. You got the human mind, all of that. That's just shit, them hurdles you got to get over. Like Bobby Hemmett would say, be a god, goddamn. Like the short that I put up with C. Freeman L., who is from Cleveland, Ohio. That's another topic, okay? What he said, be a god. And C. Freeman L., Bobby Hemmett mentions, was his mentor. C. Freeman L. was Bobby Hemmett's mentor. Be a god. You have to get over the hurdles of being a human to get to that status. Even if before you came you were that, but you are still in the flesh. For example, I'll use the Jesus example because that's what I know. Well, what did he say in the Bible? He overcame every temptation known to man. This is just a story. But this is the human story, the greatest story ever told. True, this story has been told over and over and over and over and over again to this fucking day. Okay? So, every time I would have someone stab me in the back, you know how people do you wrong. You be sitting there waiting for the fucking... Ain't no need nobody lying. Stop the bullshit. We gotta stop the bullshit. I'm telling you, if people truly and honestly in their hearts believe what they're saying about the earth and elevation and we gonna get there and then stop. We gotta stop the bullshit. Now, the majority of people are not gonna stop the bullshit. That's just pay attention to the story that they keep telling you over. They've been telling you since the ancient of days. They've been telling y'all. They've been telling you the story since the beginning of the beginnings, if there ever was a beginning. They've been telling you the story constantly, over and over and over. The majority of people are not going to stop the bullshit. It doesn't work that. People is waking up. Mm-hmm. Ain't shit changed. Believe it. I know people will lie to you and tell you that it has. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying things haven't changed. It only constant has changed. What I'm saying is the story, it's the same. They're telling you about the nature of humanity. This is what they're telling you. Chosen ones, many are called, but few are chosen. The manual is right in there. And that's not the only one. Many are called, few are chosen. Do not expect the majority of people. Don't expect it. What the man and what Morpheus say, they'll kill your fucking asses. The fuck are you talking about? Change what? I like this shit like it is. You're always going to have your Judas figure, like, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know nothing. Plug me back in this motherfucker and make me a goddamn star. Make me somebody important, goddamn. That's the majority of people. Okay? That's not a commentary on me putting people down or anything like that. It's just the nature of humans. And you must understand these rulers and these powers and these principalities are the ones who created humanity. Added some, what they say, took out the DNA strands and, so on and so forth. You talk about genetically modified foods and all this shit. This shit is not new. Okay, some of these foods that we think that are natural sources are not. They're combinations. Like, what is it? Like a carrot is a combination of a yam and I can't remember the other thing. And how many thousands of years has it been in existence? This shit is not new. Okay. So back to what I was saying. So these people, they will do you wrong. Backstab you, talk about you, terrible shit. And you're sitting there. When that motherfucker gonna get that fucking karma? Goddamn. When that motherfucker gonna have to pay for that shit, goddamn. I look up and it looked like the motherfucker done got to put. I remember this girl was telling me this about her children's father, how wrong he did her. But you look up, the motherfucker done got a promotion on their motherfucking job. The motherfucker done got a new car, they done got a new house. And you're sitting there in the same seat, but yet you were the one that was done wrong. But they seem to elevate. Well, first of all, the manual told us who this world belongs. Satan is the god of this world, number one. You didn't come here for the material gains and for the material possessions. I ain't saying nothing wrong with it. Don't misunderstand. I'm just saying, these people who talk about these ascended masters, I can't say all of them. I don't know who they all supposed to be. I know they say Jesus is supposed to be one, and Siddhartha Gautama became known as the Buddha. These men they didn't have material possessions. These were poor people. It's easier for a man to get through the eye of a needle, a rich man to get through the eye of a needle than whatever, a camel to get through the eye of a needle than a rich man into the kingdom of heaven here. Okay. This Siddhartha Gautama became known as the Buddha. He went around begging for food, clothes, shelter, while I give you this new message. Okay, these people were taken care of. These people were given things. Okay, food, shelter, blah blah blah. Not wealth and riches. Now don't nobody want to hear that shit. And you're looking, this person keeps elevating past you, and you're like, well, I know I'm smarter than that motherfucker. And people who talk about this, I have only one person say to me, yes, I do say that I'm better than some people. And I was like, I'm glad she's saying it and not talking shit with the bullshit, the societal bullshit. She's telling the truth. Okay, but you're sitting up there looking like, I know I'm smarter than this motherfucker, I'm better than this motherfucker, and so on and so forth. This motherfucker can really put two sentences together, goddamn. And they done elevated all them goddamn levels. Did me like shit, probably did 1,000 other people like shit, but they keep elevating all, and here I am in the same spot. Well, you have to understand the illusion. If you were made to feel like, okay, like I was talking about myself, that happens all the time. And I used to be like, what? I don't understand this shit. God, what's up with that? Yeah, I had to tell myself, Dickie, you did work for, what are you talking about? So I was prompted to look up something. Person was on my mind constantly, like, well, this person here. So I looked at it, I Googled their name, and AI came up with all of this, and they're doing this, and they're doing that, and they're doing this. I was like, I ain't never seen AI come up like that, unless the person was maybe a celebrity, a person of renown, a politician. And this is somebody who did deadly backstabbing. I'm not talking about anybody on this app. And I didn't realize it at first. But I sat there, I said, wait a minute. I ain't never seen AI generate that like that for anyone, unless they were, like I said, a celebrity, a politician, etc., etc. And then it hit me, bitch, that's for you, bitch. That is to continue to trying to trigger. She is deep. I'm trying to tell you how deep it is. And you think that these forces and what, you're just a little person, just a little old me. And you think that this shit is not, it's too big for you. No, absolutely not. You're too big for it. And it hit me, bitch, that's for you. That's to trigger because you're moving past the trauma that they placed on you. You move past that shit. So initially, like last year, if I had saw that, I would have been like, got back into that slump. Woe is me. This person didn't do shit and they backstabbed me like a motherfucker, did me so goddamn dirty and rotten. And they doing all this. I said, what did it say that they were doing? And I repeated it to myself and it hit me. Words. Words. Empty words. The illusion. Words. People are enthralled by words. It sounds big. It sounds important. It sounds like it's something. But for those of you who are evolved, you know how you get a job. You look at the job description and it's got all of this, gotta do this, gotta do that, 20 bullet points. And you say you get hired, you get to the job and it's like, you're sitting there like, this is it? What about all that shit that was on that paper? You're not doing half of that shit. Words, empty words, spells, spelling. It's to put you under a spell. What do they talk about? Word witchery. This is what I'm saying. This whole thing about, how can I say, confirmation here. This whole thing about, I forgot what I was going to say exactly, but words. Dr. Yafa is excellent. You got to check her out. Her old lectures about words is to put you under a spell, to make something appear to be something that is not. And I said, I really don't know what it was saying. It said, because it wasn't saying anything. It was just words. It's to make it sound important, to make it seem like it's big, but yet it's really nothing. It's just words strung together to make it sound like it. Oh, I see. Now you're getting it. Yeah. Well then, but why was this person AI generated? They're not a celebrity. They're not a politician. They're none of those things. No, they're not. This was done for you. Once again, to put you back in that space because, bitch, you getting out. To put you back in that space. And I said, but it didn't work this time. No, because you're past it. But now you see it. Now you understand it. You mean to tell me, little old me, they would do all of that? These powers. Baby, let me tell you. If you are truly a chosen one, nothing. The small people that I've complained about, these are small people. Like you see some of these gang stalking videos on here, and there's one man on here, he hasn't been on here in 9 years, but he got the whole pyramid of who's who and what's what, all the way down to the petty people that they give little nothing to every day. Baby, that was to put you in a space because they want you to give the essence of your being. It doesn't really matter to who. But they will use those people that are in your life, that are close to you, okay, even if it's just in proximity, in terms of maybe family, so on and so forth. They will use those people, okay? They want you to give the essence of your being away. And one way in which to do it, you hear people talk about, you hear some of these readers talk about, is to keep you in your trauma. No. And how? Know thyself. I'm telling you. No, I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Know thyself. That's the key. That is the fucking key. because the person that it was someone that has been trying. And at first I was just thinking, oh, it's just that particular person and that particular group. And it's like, when I saw, it's like, no, it's not. That is who is being used and paid, but it's not really for their benefit. It's for the benefit of the rulers, the powers, the principalities, so on and so forth, to keep you from elevating, to keep you from walking in your status, in your star status. They know who you are again. Now, I've heard some readers say, but I heard this years ago and I mentioned it before, that when you're born, they'll do birth charts on you, or they already know who's coming in. And you think, well, how do these little people, they just regular people? No, they're not. No, they're absolutely not. Your regular doctor ain't your regular motherfucking doctor. Your regular teacher ain't your regular fucking teacher. You'd be surprised who these people are, who have been placed in your life all of your life. And all of them and all of it is connected to keep you from elevating into your truth in this space. Not in the by and by, in the here and the fucking now. Do not be tricked. Do not be fooled. Hold on. Of course, I'm going to look up something. Okay. Is that... Okay. Matthew 24:24. Ain't that something? 24:24, 6:6, which I saw earlier. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. If it were possible. Don't let it be possible, because some have been deceived. Because many are called, but yet few are chosen. The statement, even the very elect will be deceived, originates from the Bible, specifically Matthew 24:24, and highlights the intense deception. This is not a Christian teaching. This is the manual. And highlights one of them, and highlights the intense deception that will occur in the end times. It signifies that false prophets and messiahs will perform such convincing signs. That for me last year would have been a convincing sign, again, to take me back into that space and to keep me there. Ooh, this is some awesome shit. It is just like, wow. Okay. It signifies that false prophets and messiahs will perform such convincing signs and wonders. You're thinking things like raising people from the dead and all that type of shit. Some people have been in very spiritual churches, they didn't see that in the church. It's just shit like that. Okay, that's not the convincing sign and wonder. The convincing sign and wonder for myself, like this evening when I was prompted to look up that name, and I saw that, and it's like, well, why is this AI generated? Like, this person is a star. And this is the person that's been trying to steal your star from you, because that was done for you, to convince you. It is a convincing sign, honey, and wonder that if it were possible, even those chosen by God would be misled. However, this doesn't negate the security of the elect, as the phrase, if it were possible, suggests a limit to the deception's power. There is a limit to the power. But guess what? You better know yourself. For that quote unquote ascended master, that character, Yeshua, Jesus, who did he say he was? That was part of the problem. He was constantly telling them, this is who the fuck I am. No matter what they did, they could not take that from him. He was knowledgeable of himself. Okay, I'm just using this as an example. Have an understanding, please. I love it. This shit is fucking awesome here. Shit is deep. Here, the mind. The mind. Okay, I'll explore some of this other stuff at another time, not at this time. I just wanted to share that with you. I hope that you all, for those of you who watched, I hope that you understand what is being stated, what I'm saying to you here. Know thyself. Know the triggers. Don't run from the trauma. Know the fucking trauma. Know what was done to you. Know why it was done. If you are chosen, that's it. That's it. That's why. And you understand that things that seem so big, it's not. It's nothing big. It's not. If you are a chosen one, you are constantly on. You're constantly being watched. You're constantly being surveillance. You are constantly being just what I said. I was gonna say something else, but the same thing. Watched, surveillance, studied constantly. It ain't no fucking breaks. There's no such thing. Maybe downtime, but not no fucking break. Understand that the convincing sign and wonder is not the bullshit that they've shown you on TV and movies. Somebody out there in the street raising folk from the dead and lifting the earth up off itself. That ain't the shit. Having people sitting back waiting for shit like that to happen. That ain't it. They're constantly at you. I know it may sound strange for me to say this. Okay. It's just like the whole thing is fucking awesome. It is amazing. But I think that what I'm finding amazing about it is when you are able to really, when you are tapped in to the Brahman, the self, the divine within, and you maneuver through the fucking maze. And in each level, your mind is open, boom, open, boom, open, boom. And you see. When there are others like yourself, you know, they talk about the soul tribe and all that kind of stuff. We are helpers to one another. All right. I gotta go to the bathroom. You all have favor. Peace.